Let's talk about Bovier and methane inhibitors. Possibly the dumbest way to reduce carbon ever. There has been a massive backlash against Arla over the last few days because they were feeding a small number of their cows a synthetic chemical called 3-nitrooxypropanol, or Bovier. Does it affect milk? Technically, yes. Is it unsafe? Probably not. But the facts don't matter. What is clear is that the public do not want this in their food chain. Arla and the retailers, your customers don't want to take the risk. And as a farmer, I want to say thank you to the British public, because the entire concept of methane inhibitors is fundamentally flawed and was going to cost farmers a fortune. Let me explain. Now, this might take some brain power, but stick with me. I promise you it's worth it. Methane inhibitors offer a capped benefit, but a recurring cost. A combination that is totally unique in the world of carbon reduction strategies. I have a calf has escaped. We'll continue this in 1 second. What is my life sometimes? All right, hold on to his head. Get him. Oh, you got him. As I was saying, methane inhibitors reduce the amount of methane entering the atmosphere. And because methane naturally breaks down to CO2 and water over 12 years, the pool of atmospheric methane gradually reduces. However, after 12 years, the pool of atmospheric methane has stabilized, which means that no further reduction is possible. Hence, you have a capped benefit. However, to maintain that benefit, you have to feed the additive indefinitely, forever. Hence, the recurring cost. So let's compare methane inhibitors to other carbon reduction strategies. Think about replacing a coal-fired power station with renewable energy. Once the coal plant is gone, the benefits keep growing year after year. It is a non-capped recurring benefit strategy. Or what about planting trees? As forests grow, they will capture CO2, but eventually they will reach a saturation point. They are capped. However, they only have a one-time cost up front and not a recurring cost. Methane inhibitors, on the other hand, have a capped benefit after 12 years and yet an incredibly high recurring cost, which is why they are so stupid. If farmers were forced to use methane inhibitors, it would be an ongoing eternal cost for a very limited short-term benefit. That's not sustainable financially or environmentally. Methane inhibitors just make zero sense, especially when there is much better, more cost-effective ways to address climate change rather than putting synthetic chemicals into the food chain. Hence why a lot of farmers are so pleased to see the public's backlash against this stupid idea. As farmers, we are constantly told that the consumer is king. New rules, new regulations, we are told it's because the consumer is demanding it. But now the consumer has spoke loud and clear. No to synthetic chemicals like 3-nitrooxypropanol in the food chain. And yet what happens? Retailers dig their heels in and refuse to listen. This has exposed the reality of the situation. Consumer demand is often just a convenient excuse for a small number of people to push their agenda onto family farmers like me. If the consumer really is king, I think it's time the retailers listened and dropped the insanity of methane inhibitors. They make zero sense. Like, factually, 0 cents. The fact they have even got this far tells me there must be a lot of money involved.